Thank you very much, and good afternoon. Welcome to 4 p.m. My name is Dean Stevenson. I'm the idiot who writes the stuff every day, and these fantastic musicians, who I will introduce in a moment, are here every day to perform something new. Now that piece there was not today's, that was actually Monday's piece. We only played it once for a Monday, so I thought we'd give it to you again before we start to tackle today's piece. So that's the idea. Every day there's a brand new piece from scratch, and then we perform it. We kind of workshop it, rehearse it in front of you, and then perform it. Is everyone well? Okay, yay, all right. So that was the kind of summation, if you like, or a little coda about last weekend's suite of pieces, which is 5 days, 5 museums open 5 days a week. There's a piece every day. So today is the first day of this weekend, which means that every day there'll be a little nugget passed through to each one. I have no idea which nugget it is. I'll find out tomorrow. The installation has been going for some time, and what we just heard was the 180th piece that I've written here in the museum, and today is 181. Please, thank you very much. That was my reference to being an idiot, because it just goes on and on and on and on and on. May I introduce to you the magnificent musicians who are here today to play the piece for you. Please welcome Sophie, Susanna, Will, and Sophie. What did I say? Sophie, Miranda. I kept thinking, funny, I kept looking that way, sorry.
Yeah, how come I didn't get to be Sophie?
Sophie, and Sophie. Ladies and gentlemen, holy shit balls, that was awkward, wasn't it? You know what I was thinking is mostly, it's this phenomenon where most string players, female string players, start with A. There's Annas and Letheas and Ambras, and I was thinking, so I fucked it up. There you go. Miranda, Susanna, Will, and Sophie. Jesus. Sorry. And my name's Sophie, and it's a pleasure to be here today. So what we're about to do is to play the piece, but we can't, unlike the piece we just played to you then, we can't play this one all the way through yet, because none of us knows how it goes. So as soon as we hear it off the page is the time that you'll hear it off the page, and the musicians will read it off the page, first time. So I'll put this one away, and put up today's piece. Okay. So this is a fairly informal session. We'll stop and start. I'll keep my mic on so you can hear me chat. Throw questions if you have any, if you want to know anything about today's piece, or if you saw me doing something and you want to ask what it was I was doing there to here to the whole extension, let's do it. Then we've got the question to start with, or should we just make some music? Let's make some music. Too early. Okay. I hope someone's gone to the bar, and I hope someone's fixed that awful noise that happened at the top. Let's not have that again. Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay, so it starts with cello, first 3 bars, and then we have these with swells and second and viola. First comes in an A with a melody. Let's just give it a crack. Alright. I have a feeling I've been thinking about it slower. It might be better quicker, but we'll start. 1, 2. Okay, hold there. Okay, we've got to. And they start off the page first time, so that's an incredible feat, an impressive working applause. Okay, I'm wondering whether that single bow might be robbing it of a bit of energy. What do you think? If it's da 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 da, we'll think about that as we go on further. Maybe.
It would be easier for us to hear the beat.
If it was da 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 da, yeah. Can we ignore maybe some of those? Give it more pump. If we go.
You went 2 notes slow.
Yeah, can we do that instead? It's going to be tricky to read now, isn't it? If I pass that. Or we'll just ignore them and do them all. Let's try them separate. Let's go all the way and go just da 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 da. Yeah, do that. long, but separate bows. So what I just thought was, because I put these kind of slows, which means that ya da 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 da, which means there's, but I'm thinking now there's not a lot of energy in that, so I'm asking if the cello should go da 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 to give it more push. Let's see if it works. Let's try that from the start. 1, 2. What did you think? Right. Back and forth, or the slow one? Back and forth? Back and forth, back and forth. Sucks to be you.
Do you want to try one version in just the slows, 2 quavers to a slow?
Okay, let's try that. Let's try half and half. So now we're going to split it. So it's 2 notes. It'll be, apart from the ones where you've got the slow with a staccato, which you did well, which you nailed it into letter C, that was right, as written. Letter C is as written. Yeah, cool. All right, let's go from that. 2 at a time. 1, 2, 3. So, did you want to detect the difference with the 2 at a time? What do you think? The first way, the second way, the third way? Second way? Second way? What if the composer thought the third way? Would you all leave and go, it's just what the composer wanted? I kind of like the third way, but...
that's that now.
Shouldn't have asked the bloody question.
That's even more awkward than the name thing.
What's that?
That's even more awkward than the name thing.
Yeah. Okay, let's go from... what do you think?
D.
D? So
Yeah. And what version? Okay.
In D. 1, 2. Right, just at the coming into E, second violin really come out, please.
Yep.
I haven't written that in, sorry. Second violin. Okay, let's go from what on? Oh, so there's a F, just a solo in first for a few bars until G.
So quite free.
Just D quite free. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So I have in the second bar H, yada. Everyone goes a staccato on the second beat, which is a quaver for you, so it should sound the same. In theory, let's go from H. 1, 2. we try that again so we can nail our togetherness and I can hear it right. I'm not hearing it the same way I thought it was, but anyway. Let's go from H again, please. 1, 2, hold there. That's not, I think what I did was I put the cello down low and the violin way up high, thinking I would expand it, but it sounds like everything's broken too far apart and there's not enough
Want me to come down?
good writing in there. Maybe. Can we try that?
Yeah.
Would you want me lower?
Oh, you could do that. Could you? No. Not J, you couldn't. Oh, you could at I. At H.
At I, all through I.
Okay, let's try that.
So me stays the
The
same.
cello is saying that they can go lower. And give it more. Let's try it. From I. There's so many things that do that aren't written on the part. So if his brain's exploding. Here we go. From H. 1, 2. Oh, yeah?
It's only at I you want it lower?
Can you do H lower? Yeah? Okay, so H lower. 1, 2. Hold there. What do you think of that? What do you think? Better? Same? No different? Should we try? Okay, let's try that lower. Let's try at. Can I bring the verse down as well?
At H? Oh, sorry, at I?
At I, yeah. So don't go up to that high. What's it before I?
Yep.
That's H again. 1, 2. I think I prefer it up.
No, it's
It just gets too cluttered.
Yeah.
The ensemble was no good that time.
Yeah, it was something that was cluttered. So I think we'll stick with down from cello from
Okay,
yep. A, B, A. Coming up all the way up to K. And then back to normal K. Wow, that's actually quite a hard thing to do, to read and make a different note to what you think you should be getting. Let's go from K, please. 1, 2. So what I think the bowing across the bar is good there to get a very different feel. We're preparing for the section at end, which is an improvised sort of feel. So the whole bar is good from 97.
Just as printed.
As printed, yes, please. As printed from 95, actually, 95. Make sense? Okay. Okay, before we go on, has anybody got any questions they'd like to ask? Is anyone confused? I'm as confused as fuck. Yes? Yeah. Is the question for the musicians or for me?
No, that's kids. I don't know.
That's a question for the musicians. When you sight read, do you hear the note, or do you just see it's a mechanical thing? So you press the. At what point does the tune come into your brain?
Hopefully immediately, so you can hear where it's both mechanical and oral.
Yeah, I think it's it's kind of a mixture of both. There are things on the page that you recognise as things you play often, and you'll know that you're going to hear that. But then occasionally I see something on a page where I look at it and know that I don't know what it sounds like yet, and then I rely much more on the muscle feel and to make it accurate. But yeah, and it sort of changes depending on what you're reading.
There are positions, with your hand, and certainly like when the hand goes up and touches the body, like touches the body, your muscle goes, oh, when my thumb touches the body of the instrument, that's the note. So you'll always know that you always have some kind of relative pitch. And if the relative, when my hand goes there, I know what pitch it'll be. So there's a strange kind of mystery world between being able to sing it off the page as opposed to just being mechanical off the page.
And I think once you've done it enough, and we all do it full time, it's like speaking. You don't sort of stop to calculate how you're going to say a word. You know it's the word you want to do, and you see the same pattern and just make the shape.
Yeah.
With your fingers instead of your mouth.
Yeah.
That's the plan anyway.
And there's that memory thing where, like, if you're especially if you're reading out loud to someone, you're always looking a couple of words ahead. You're speaking a word, but your eyes are two words ahead or more sometimes. The same with here. They've seen some notes and they pass that note onto their body while their eyes are looking at the next few notes, so we always know what's coming up. Makes it more fluid, I guess. Good, okay. Good question. Mum.
Really?
Let's go. We got to the improvised section. N. So there's little kind of trigger things. N. Sorry, we were about let's go from P. That was lovely. From P. 2, 3. Cool, let's look at that transition again. Yeah, so I suppose we'll probably slow down a bit, so I guess it sounds like from Q to Na is getting back up to tempo.
So can you ever play a bit louder throughout the whole quavers sections? Just because I'm struggling to hear the pulse. Yeah.
Can we go from Q? Are we happy with that section at N? You want to?
Yeah, I think I might have got a bit out at some point.
Yeah, that's okay.
That'll be fine.
Or maybe I'll count down bars to where we come begin it. Oh god,
Just
pages.
indicate either way.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go from P, please. P. 2. again from the transition. Q.
It's a constant process of trying to keep tempo.
Keep the tempo. Yeah. Okay. We're getting close, people. Very, very close. Another Q. Can you try Q, please? 1, 2. The fourth, but when you go to pits, that pits there is the 1, 2, 3, 4, the quavers pits. Dun, 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 that's that one that kind of slowed it down each time. So
Okay.
what's the pace of the pits? Keep them up front, and I suppose it's the viol or second bar of Q that has that da 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 to give it some of that, please, to give us the tempo back.
Yeah, could you play a bit of the,
Yeah.
So we got to try again from
it's gonna
Q.
keep us moving. Now, second.
Yeah. Lovely. That's good. All right. Now, what bits do we want to go back and look at before we give this a smash from the top? I'll check in with the people at home, make sure everyone's okay. Has anyone generated another question? Or on this inside? Yes? Yep. How do I maintain the inspiration as I go? Great question. Sometimes I don't. It would be foolish to think that, well, most people who, I think, forgive me if I'm trying to imagine what you imagine, but I think the idea of creativity is imagined as kind of just like holding an umbrella and waiting for lightning to strike and go, oh, yeah, and then throwing your idea down or in whatever field or medium you do. But to be creative for a living is a double-edged sword because you can't wait for that because you have to be on every day. When the phone rings, like, you just got to make something. So you got to have your tools sharp all the time, which is what this kind of is. It's like just doing it every day, whether it's good or not. That's the rub. Some days it's going to be crap. It really is. There's no hope for it. It's just a piece of rubbish. I won't hang my pride on having to make something great every time. So it is a funny thing, like if the phone rings and it's, Joe from America and he goes, hey, I want to write something great. Somehow there's an impetus there to do something better, but I'll only do something better if the tools are sharp. The rub with that is, for all creative people, you do something you love, like I'm doing something I love, but there's a point where the demand to make money and pay your rent with something you love can be really shit. It's like I just want to go and flip burgers, I think, because I don't want to have to destroy this thing that I love and put such a weight on it. That's hard. That probably went beyond your question, but that's what I was thinking at the time. Yeah. Because and I say this all the time, like sometimes I have an idea. I had nothing this morning, so I just literally sit at the piano and just put my hands down there, and within a little while the music starts to tell me where it wants to go, and I'll follow that. For good or for worse, by 4 o'clock, something will come. And some days, this is awesome. But today I went to lunch and I can't spot a melody anywhere. No idea. Came back for another half an hour. Still got no idea. Wasn't until about 2:30 when I think I can. Oh yeah. If I change that, there we go. Yeah. But it's about this. Yeah, free flow creativity for as long as I can until you go back and check it. Yeah, free flow. Yes. Well, the doors open at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I start from a blank page at 10. And then these musicians are here to play at 4, so I've got 6 hours plus, an hour for lunch, half an hour for procrastinating, be on the phone to mum for a while. Might go and do the vacuuming, do all sorts of stuff other than write music, but essentially it's 10 till 4. That's all I've got. And then tomorrow, blank page, start again. Brutal, isn't it? Yeah. Stupid, actually. Yes. Not the same 4 musicians every time, no. There's about a dozen on rotation. These are very busy people, so I get them when I can. Sometimes one musician might be here all weekend, but I'll switch around quite a bit. But it's always the same instruments, different players. Sometimes. Sorry? Today, apparently, is the Sophies. They're all Sophies today. They're all my favourites. They're all a Sophie. Everyone's a Sophie. Nice to see you, Sophie. Okay. Okay. Do you want to run through any other bits?
We could do Ital.
Let's see some more. So while we do this, there's a live stream here. I'm not going to wave to my mum now because my mum's actually there. Hi, Mum. Good question, Mum. There's a live stream here. My YouTube, Dean Stevenson Music, has every single day, all 181 of them. And as I said before, some of them are rubbish and some of them are quite good. So we stopped after a while, we went to the studio and we recorded some, like some that actually really work. So there's 16 of them on a CD. You can buy that. There's also a little excerpt of a score here, which is kind of cute, from day 36, and there's a download code on the back for the same bunch of recordings. So you can get some stuff if you like, if you're into the process. I'll be sat over there in a second, you come by one. So sometimes it works out. Other times I will remove them from the internet and you'll never hear them again. Let's go from where? From
just I till K.
I to K. Let's have a look at
Just
I
a
to
little
K.
under tempo.
Yep.
Whatever.
Oh, sorry, you want to go slow to
No,
get
no,
the...
no, yeah, whatever, so long as we have a tempo.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just going.
Am I late?
It was just going into
Yeah,
figure J.
I think it's just
Just after your triplet, your semi.
Is that
Yeah,
quiet
so
or did I
first
just suddenly go
class
deaf?
J, tempo.
Are you playing quieter then?
Yeah, no, we were playing quiet.
Okay, good.
They're
Right.
just for intonation.
I got you right. Ah, I see.
Where is
Intonation.
your J?
Yeah.
Just do it one more time, just for tempo.
Yep.
Put it up to tempo.
Cool. There's a strange psycho phenomenon with acoustics and especially the string instruments because they have no frets. So there's no absolute place where you place the note. And depending on sometimes like if there's an interval called a fifth, which is a music thing, just don't worry about it. When they have this interval with 2 instruments, they need to know who's playing the fifth with them so they can kind of adjust because if it's not out, if they don't kind of cheat and do weird things to make it work and be like, oh, that sounds out of tune, each musician's playing the right note, but together they have to kind of bend the rules a bit. There's some weird stuff going on in this string land. We're all weirdos. Okay, is that the only bit you want to run?
Oh, that was it. That was good.
Yeah? Should we just give it a crack? Should we give it a go, ladies and gentlemen? All right, huh? Okay. Thank you for sticking around. This is day 181.
You push us forward if
Sure,
you
okay.
want.
Yep, yep. Thank you. Miranda, Susanna, Will and Sophie. Right, well that's generated something, isn't it? We're off to a flying start. So what's going to happen right now is because we've just played it through and we know it well, we kind of get the story of it, if you like, if that's such a thing. We'll play it again. And now we're kind of like, I hear it wrestle a bit, we go, so it'll just kind of improve, I suppose. We've got time, we'll play it again. If you're on a 5 o'clock ferry, you won't miss it. We'll finish in time for you to dawdle to the ferry. You'll all be good. Any questions before we run it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, and people and everyone? Yeah? I beg your pardon? How many can I play? Only one at a time, but I don't play any of those. No, I don't even play the piano. I play double bass. I've got 4 degrees in singing, and I like gardening. Shush. Blah, 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 la, 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 la. Okay, yeah, so I don't play any of those, but I listen widely. That probably helps for a composer to know what they're supposed to sound like. Yeah. Should we go it again?
Yep.
Do you still need me?
Yes,
You
please.
do.
Just,
Yep.
just for
Ooh, question?
Oh no, it's not really a question, just at the end. If
N.
you stay in 3, a really definite 3, that'll help.
Oh, for you, yes.
But for all of us.
For N, L, M, N. Yes, gotcha. 3.
And don't be wavered by.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Here we go. And then I'm going to sit down here and sell you some stuff. Okay. Nicely done. Thank you. Do you want to try it without me? Yeah? Okay. Right. You're going to run it one more time, and I'm going to sit over here if anyone wants to come have a chat. Or grab a disc or something.
Okay. Let me have a look. Hang on.
Just yell out figures if we need to.
This is where it always gets better without me. Yes. Thank you, Miranda, Susanna, Will and Sophie. My name is Dean Stevenson. If you're on the 5 o'clock ferry, run! Oh, sorry, I'm joking. You've got time. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you very much for coming and staying. Ta-da, till next time. Bye-bye.